What's up, guys? Christian Duke, StrengthAddicts.com. You are watching the first ever episode of Real Talk, one of my new Instagram series here at Strength Addicts and all Strength Addicts platforms, brought to you courtesy of BlackstoneLabs.com, the holy grail of hardcore bodybuilding supplements, and TitanMedicalCenter.com for all your amazing therapies like Titan Complete, Nectar of the Gods, and of course TRT. So, yesterday I put out an article at IronMagazine.com. Bob Cicherillo, the voice of the Olympia judges. And in that article, I said that I believed that he'd have to make a retraction within days. And in fact, it looks like he made a retraction within hours. He never said that he was speaking for the Ivy Pro League or the judges, but he said that he spoke to the Ivy Pro League and he spoke to the judges. And so Bob was dancing around in all too familiar waters, which is that gray area of not official, but not unofficial, and probably closer to official than not. And as a result, Nick Trigilli and Kevin Gretsch of Evolution of Bodybuilding, and of course Xavier Wills of Desktop Bodybuilding and others weighed in. And so I like Bob. I think Bob's exceptionally talented. I think very highly of Bob. But Bob likes to be in the middle of things. He likes to be the center of attention, as do we all. The problem is that, I think Bob was maybe talking out of school a little bit there. And, he name dropped some pretty big people like Big Steve, like Tyler, like Jim. He said he talked to the judges. He told Hadi in no uncertain terms that if he didn't do this or he did do that, that he'd maybe win the Olympia one day. And, you are the MC and you are at the podium. But if you're going to, kind of put down Nick and others for not being insiders, meanwhile, you're saying that you're not speaking for anyone, but you're name dropping all these very, very important people. You're putting them in an awkward position. And like you said, judges don't normally speak, but I do have to correct you because Steve has actually talked about Olympia placing. So you're kind of wrong on that one there, because I believe I've seen Generation Iron videos where Steve breaks down every single person that he has scored. And, especially with the Kai Green Olympias, and down to the finest detail. But what I was saying in my article, though, at Iron Magazine is that I don't think Big Steve or, Tyler or Jim or anybody like that needs to have Bob Cicherillo for as cool as this little platform is. And that's kind of a dig. I shouldn't say little. It's a lot bigger than mine, but it's little next to MPC News Online. Like he says that in the future there's going to be official statements, and he almost makes it seem as if they're going to come from his voice of bodybuilding, and they're not. The mouthpiece, the communication device, the official voice of the Ivy Pro League and the MPC is MPC News Online. And if there's going to be an official statement, that is where you're going to find it. You're not going to find it at the Voice of Bodybuilding with Bob Cicherillo and his cute little backdrop. It's just not going to happen. So, again, I think that what Bob did was something that he will probably not be doing again. And again, I understand his point about Nick Trigilli using, the picture of Big Steve and Dan and Jim. And again, and I'm not saying that he should have done that. But again, Bob, you were dancing in the gray area. You were dropping some big names. You were flaunting your insider status. And you were trying to, make a little bit of noise. And I think you got burned. And I think you had to make this retraction. And I don't think you made this retraction because you wanted to. You wanted to preserve, this good life that you have. And you have a fantastic life. I mean, you're getting like $5,000 minimum, according to you, at these shows to MC these small rinky-dink shows sometimes. And then you're MCing at the Olympia, which is a massive accomplishment. And you're the athlete's rep, and I don't really know what you do with that job, but you seem to have held it forever. So the point is that you have a lot of money coming in. You have a lot of people basically eating out of your hands. There's no reason for you to even speculate as to what the judges were thinking when it comes to the most popular bodybuilder in the world. I mean, this guy's a people champion twice. I mean, you're talking about a guy who is arguably, second or third only in popularity to Big Ramy and Kai Green. So why would you put the judges in an awkward spot where they singled this guy out and denied him the Olympia, according to you, but then say that it wasn't official and that you were only speaking for yourself. It's just put yourself in a gray area. And then, you really can't blame, the Nick Trigillis and the Kevin Gretches and the Xavier Wills for picking up the story and reporting on it, or the Christian Dukes who wrote that brilliant article at ironmagazine.com. Anyways, guys, this is Christian Duke, and this is Real Talk here at Strength Addicts, brought to you courtesy of blackstonelabs.com and titanmedicalcenter.com.